back to the salt mines. I thought that if I left for the month of April, that because I had prepared the garden during March for spring planting, and I thought I'll be away for April, and then when I come back, it's just going to be a smooth ride into planting, etc., etc. But of course, it didn't work that way. So much grew. I mean, I don't know why I didn't think of it, but so much grew in April. There were so many thistles. I think I've pulled out 2 huge bagfuls, like, you know, those tall paper bags that you put your weeds into. I filled 2 of those full of thistles. There's been lawn cutting and trimming, and there's been planting, obviously, and then the accident with the tractor. So yeah, it's been quite the initiation.
The malahide over there, right?
Mm-hmm. And I've got a little bit of yarrow and lavender that I'm just going to crush up, just left over from last year's garden. I'm going to put it into the nesting boxes this morning. A little potpourri for the chicken bun potpourri. Oh my gosh, there's a snake in the office. This moon, I tell ya, there's been so much. It's not big, it's not dangerous. I'm not going to pick it up. I'm going to wait for Steve to come home. It's alive. Midnight brought it in. I don't know when, but snake is still there. I'm going to just pretend it's not there. Anyway, what I wanted to talk about was the accident in the garden, and the way I noticed the snake was I went to the corner of my office to get this little tripod to put the phone on, and there it was, but back to the fence. So I was in the garden and I was moving back and forth among the beds. I was at the fence line and I had just moved away when the neighbor's tractor came crashing through. So he was on the tractor moving some things around on his property, and there's a bit of a hill, and he slipped off the hill and came crashing. The momentum took him crashing through the fence. And my initial reaction was not even realizing how close I had come to being crushed by a tractor, but I was just like, the sanctuary and the serenity of the garden had been impacted, and that's really the thing that I felt the most. And it's fine, everything is fine, and he's going to fix the fence. He took out 2 panels, and 2 garden beds were crushed, and then another one was being shoved by the force of the tractor away from its position. You know, so everybody's fine, the garden is fine. I think that the thing that really upset me the most was, like I was saying, the serenity of the garden was impacted. And it's a shock because you're not expecting that to happen. The fence is being fixed. The neighbor was super sorry and upset, and he's fixing the fence for us. Steve and I and another neighbor are fixing up the garden beds, and everything's coming back to order. I think that, what I really felt was the impermanence of things. When you create something and it has come to a beautiful solution, and then that gets destroyed, I feel the impermanence, and impermanence is a huge theme in my life that I'm constantly dealing with. What is that snake doing? Just sitting there. It's scared out of its wits, I'm sure. And I'm happy to see that it's alive, because midnight does kill a lot of, she kills snakes and rodents and little lizards and birds, which we're not too happy about. The rodent situation we are happy about, because, that's what cats do and that's what they're for. So in the end, what I want to say about the garden accident is that I'm super grateful that everybody is safe, and minus a few plants that I have to replace and the things that we had to fix, it's fine. And we also got to have some good conversations with the neighbors about our garden, about their plot and what they're hoping to do. In the end, it became a way to become friendlier or closer with the neighbor, which is nice. Community is good. Everybody's amazing around here, except for the people who stole our gate. They're not amazing. But yeah, so I'll show you pictures.
Just wait.
So I thought I'd share a recipe with you. It's rhubarb cake, a recipe I received from a friend. I've adjusted the ingredients a little bit, mainly a little bit less sugar. And this time I didn't have any soft butter, so I melted some butter in the oven, which isn't ideal, but it turns out fine. And yeah, it's a lovely cake. It's quick, it's easy. And if you have somebody coming over shortly and you need to whip up a cake, this is a good option. And it's a great option, obviously, for spring, where there's lots of rhubarb, and we have tons of rhubarb. We only have one little plant, but it produces quite a bit, and it's perpetual, so there's tons of rhubarb all summer long into the fall. and today is the full moon and lunar Beltaine, and I'm going to plant my potatoes. The Farmer's Almanac says I can do them today. I didn't think so on full moon because it's usually root crops at dark moon, but anyway, I'm going to do that today. Otherwise I'd have to wait a whole bunch of time, so yeah. I've got the tomato bed ready. It's planted with Roma tomatoes, two Roma, two cherry, two kind of mid-size slicing tomatoes, and then I've got alyssum, basil, and marigolds, and in the middle I've planted some bush beans. So I think that that's going to turn into a really lovely bed, a very full bed, but yeah, it'll be so cute. And I'm really happy with how the strawberries are coming along. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 strawberries, and then 6 blueberry bushes, but one of them is not doing great, so I might replace that one. I really do adore this red clover. It's such a pretty plant, and the pollinators love it as well. But it does take over, so I'm not sure how that's going to work on the mound. We'll see how things progress, and if I have to edit it, then I will.